It's official. Jordan Peele is the next Cronenberg, Craven, Shyamalan, Hooper, everybody. He is surpassing them all by taking simple tropes such as body snatching and white folks be crazy and doppelgangers and the apocalypse and using them in ways that are new yet familiar. From the guy that produced and everything else, Get Out, comes us. Proof positive that we are our own worst enemies. Let's start with the runtime. It's about 2 hours, start to finish, and amazingly, it doesn't feel that way. The introduction of the heroes, the introduction of the villains, the whole situation, a bit of backstory, everything just comes at you at a steady but palatable pace. You don't feel like you're overwhelmed, and it doesn't feel like it's 2 hours long. Next is the cast. I'm not going to name them because there are just too many to name, because everyone in the movie did phenomenal. The main family are just so relatable. I mean, this is a modern nuclear family, and they're just so likable. You just want to have dinner with them, you know? You want to be their neighbors. Now for the villains, who are, again, the same actors that play our heroes. And oh my gosh, all the actors, not just the main family, but every actor we see does phenomenal, because they're also playing their doppelgangers. And it's like seeing the difference between day and night. How your neighborhood looks totally peaceful and happy during the day, but at night you're like, nope, staying indoors. And that's just from the atmosphere. These actors play regular people and semi-sympathetic feral beasts. I mean, it was unbelievable how well they were able to portray different people on screen. I mean, yeah, the same actors played different characters before in film history, but I think this is taken to a whole other level, because you don't even see the fact that the different characters are wearing the same face. You literally can't cope with the fact that it's the same person. Or, well, maybe not cope. But you know what I mean. The acting was phenomenal. And the kids especially, they, I think, well, everyone really deserves an award, but the kids especially, because child actors are notorious for being poor, but in this case, they were phenomenal. And the lead actress, she is painfully human as both Mama Bear and Head Doppelganger. Because, wow, I mean, it's hard to describe, really. She's just phenomenal. The music was a good combo of classic rock for the light moments and these discordant notes and musical punctuations that really sold the broken, chaotic minds of these subhuman creatures. I mean, wow. This film had a practically perfect balance of comedy, drama, action, suspense, visceral terror, and raw emotion that you rarely see in a mainstream film, let alone a horror flick. I mean, Jordan Peele has clearly found his calling in the horror genre. Never mind the fact that he came up through the comedy genre, he is clearly a horror master, plain and simple. And the fact that he came from comedy, it shows in the film because there are some comedic moments, especially with the dad. But when the you know what hit the fan, the family, they turned into survivors. I mean, they really sold a group of average humans thrust into a nightmare and having to deal with a you know what storm. I mean, wow. I highly recommend this to anyone who is a fan of Cronenberg, Craven, Shyamalan, Hooper, all the horror greats. It's like he learned, or it's like Jordan Peele learned from all of them personally. And the student has clearly surpassed the masters. I mean, it's just indescribable. I gave this full 5 stars on Rotten Tomatoes, and I stand by it. Us is leaps and bounds better than his first outing with Get Out. And if this trend continues, he will be the only horror director that anyone will want to throw money at. This is Mr. J signing out. I'm reminding you, if you ever meet your doppelganger, try to reason with them, and if they are beyond reason, find something heavy. Trust me.